Nurse, Emmy's being a fucking butthead. Tell her to settle down. Tell her to fucking relax, man. Or, stop pushing yourself so hard. I get that, though. Everyone wants to push themselves, and I'm still trying to sort out what happened on the track as we arrive in front of the nurse's office. Emmy raises her hand to knock, hesitates, and turns to me, smiling guiltily. Hey, can you do me a favor? If it's to not tell the nurse anything, I'm afraid not. Of course. Can you tell the nurse that I'll see him later? Oh, okay. I just remembered I've got some stuff to take care of before class. I really feel like you should see him now, but hey, I can't stop you. So I really need to get moving. I peer at her closely and she fidgets under my stare. Yeah, she's clearly just avoiding the nurse. You already know. That leg of hers. Ugh. Whatever. I said I'd help, so I will. What do you mean? I would have done picked her up and taken her right into that nurse's office. Haha, you're too small, Emmy. But I'll make damn sure she sees the nurse before the day's out. You damn well better. Yeah, okay, I'll let him know. Emmy looks like I've just given her a pony on Christmas. I would not want a pony on Christmas, let me tell you. That's a lot of work. Thank you so much. You're the best, Hisao. Yeah, whatever. I'm rewarded for my complicity in her lie by a kiss that makes it all worth it. Or so I tell myself. It is not. I mean, it's a nice kiss, but I mean, like... Hisao, you son of a bitch. As Emmy heads out of the building, trying hard not to let her limp show, I knock on the door to the office. Hisao, come on in. Dude, if I was Emmy, alright, I had no legs, I had prosthetics. Much like if there was the slightest thing wrong with my heart, if I was in Hisao's position, I would immediately go to the nurse every single time. Not every single time. My heart beat like slightly faster than usual. I'm dying. Like, that's how I would be, because I don't want to fucking... Because, like... or like with the legs. It's just... I don't see Emmy with you. She's not, sick again, is she? No. From the tone of his voice, I don't think the nurse is expecting me to say yes, she's ill. She said that she'd forgotten to do something and had to skip out. She'll see you later today. The nurse heaves an exasperated sigh. He already knows. Honestly, that girl. She's been avoiding me. Yesterday, she was in and out of here without even taking off her prosthetics. And now this. Well, at least it's not just Emmy. It's just me Emmy doesn't want worrying. There's a comfort, I guess, in knowing you're not alone. Still, I feel like I should say something about her leg. I said I'd lie for her, but she really needs to see him. Now that you mention it, she was limping pretty badly today. And last night as well. The nurse's eyes narrow at the words last night. And what exactly were you two doing last night? Oh, date. Not what you think. We're on a date. The nurse raises his eyebrows as if surprised. Really? Interesting. It's not interesting, huh? Oh, nothing. His gaze turns thoughtful and then he grins at me. You don't think you could use some of that boyfriend charm of yours to get her to come see me today, could you? I don't know, man. I'm pretty whoosh already, so... Of course. Yeah, I was planning on doing that anyway. Watch that not actually happen. I think she's really hurt and just pretending she isn't. You mean, classic fucking Emmy? Yes, she does that. Afraid I'll make her stop running. Will you? I don't like to, but if it's bad enough that she's been limping, well, I guess I'll have to see what's wrong for myself before I make that call. I see. Dude, I bet you he wouldn't even tell her to stop running for that long. Probably like a couple days, at most. Emmy, not allowed to run? Perish the thought. I don't even know if she'd be able to function without running. No wonder she's reluctant to admit anything's wrong. Yeah, but the more you go without any sort of aid, the more hurt you get, and then you won't be able to... What if you... It's just common sense. Okay, I'm getting upset. Well, I'll make sure she sees you. Good. Oh, and before I forget... He grins at me again in what feels like a vaguely threatening manner. Don't forget that I know what medication you're on. You've used that before. You be careful around Emmy, got it? Wow, he looks serious too. Got it. Don't hurt Emmy. Wouldn't dream of it. Grand! I'd hate for you to be late. What? Late as in the late Hisaunakai? Oh my god. I'm about to be murdered. He frowns briefly, dissatisfied. Oh, sounded better in my head. Well, at any rate, get out of here before you miss your first class. You've got things to do, I'm sure. Shoo, go on, get! Go on, get! As I leave, I notice the nurse pulling out his phone and dialing a number. Mako, your daughter's being a pain in the ass again. Yep, I'd better head back to my room or I really will be late. Dude, I guess that's probably the thing how I would describe it. Emmy's being a pain in the ass. Sometimes you gotta force someone to do what's best for them, I feel like, because they're so stubborn. Hey, wasn't he supposed to check my heart rate? Nah, it doesn't matter. We took our medicine. Usually when we take our medicine, we're fine. I mean, hell, we're able to do fucking diddly while just on our meds. It's fine. If we're not on our meds, oh, we dead. The lunch bell sounds and I bring myself out of the stupor I slipped into during the morning's classes. My lack of sleep last night, coupled with the increasing pace of the morning's run, has left me a little exhausted. Despite that, I find myself skipping stairs up to the roof. There's a thrill of excitement now, in addition to the pleasure one gets from eating lunch with one's friends. Hello? True, both Emmy and Rin are my friends, but Emmy has become more than that now. Well, she's your girlfriend. Rin is back in her usual spot on the roof, almost as if she'd never been absent. What are you doing? Why are you just laying there, Rin? Feeling better, I take it? Raised eyebrows, my reward for speaking. Better than what? Better than how you felt yesterday, Rin gives my question some serious thought. I'm not sure. I think I might have felt rather good for some of yesterday, but it's all fuzzy. Too much cold medicine? Well, I was asleep, and that's usually pretty good. But I can't remember what it feels like to be asleep because I'm not conscious for it. It's a real problem. God damn it. Then again, if I knew how good it felt, I might not sleep anymore. Wait, but this way I keep trying, so I guess that's how I can keep from being overtired. Rin is so fucking weird and I love it. An eternal mystery to keep you sleeping at night? Maybe mystery's the wrong word. Intangibility might be the proper way to describe it. I see. No, I don't see it all. I have no idea what she's talking about, but that's okay since I rarely do. It's fine. You don't need to understand Rin. Do you remember what sleeping feels like? Like yesterday? Do you remember what you felt like sleeping yesterday? Dude. Well, I actually didn't get a lot of sleep yesterday. Maybe that's because you remember subconsciously. Actually, I think I was worrying about Emmy. Doesn't Emmy worry enough about herself? Yeah, seriously, dude. I hadn't considered that, but it gives me pause. I mean, true, but would she ask for help if she needed it? No. She worries about herself, but still pushes. Rin frowns and I raise an eyebrow. Will I get a proper answer? Probably not. Is there something she should be asking for help with? You know, her leg for starters? This seems to catch Rin's interest. Leg. It's true. But she won't see the nurse about it. Rin shakes her head in disapproval. You have to make her. Yup. That's what I already said. Like she makes me go to class for her own good. Yup. Otherwise she could lose her legs again, and that's just too weird. Losing things twice, especially if you don't find them again to begin with. Unless prosthetics are the same as finding something. But that's a different kind of lost, isn't it? I think? I wonder. Uh-oh. Speak of the devil. Wonder what? Seems Emmy has snuck up on Rin and myself, though Rin doesn't seem especially surprised. Which is surprising. Which is itself unsurprising, I suppose. Rin manages to sit herself upright quite expertly, throwing her body forward and using her momentum to right herself. Dude, fucking champion, I couldn't do that. Without my hands, I can't get up. You kidding me? I'd be dead if I had no, Your leg, how's it feel? That earns me a frown and a bit of a glare. Oh, I'm gonna glare at you back. It's okay, I think. Not worth worrying about. Are you? Tell that to the nurse. Damn. He's quite insistent that you visit him, you know. Emmy pouts like I've just told her she's been grounded. He worries too much. And you aren't... You're frustrating me. It's not a big deal. Just a little soreness. You're limping. I try to resist rolling my eyes in exasperation. Rin, tell her. If it's nothing, then you should have no problem seeing him, right? Damn right. And Emmy narrows her eyes suspiciously. Did he put you up to this? No, I was gonna do this anyway. Well, maybe. Oh, God damn it. A little. But that's not the point. I would have reminded you to see him anyway. It would be terrible to see you really hurt and not do anything about it. That would just make it worse, and I don't really want to see you hurt, you know? Call me crazy, but I kind of would prefer to see you happy and healthy. Yeah, dude, he's laying it on. With each statement, Emmy's frown fades a little more, until eventually she's grinning, albeit a little shyly. Well, if you're gonna put it that way, then I guess I'll have to see him. Otherwise, you'll keep worrying, and then I'll never hear the end of it, right? Thank God. That's right. I'll keep bugging you about it, and that might put a damper on our dates. How'd your food is, Joe? Talk to the nurse, Emmy. How'd your day is, Joe? Talk to the nurse, Emmy. It's Joe, I think I'm ready to go all the way. Talk to the nurse, Emmy. See, it doesn't work that well. Emmy giggles at my high-pitched rendition of her own voice. Oh, did she? Dude, I already knew. And gives me an affectionate shove. My voice isn't that high, jerk. I thought it was pretty accurate. Dude, wait, hold on. What just happened? Oh, it was just that's what happened. Emmy and I stare at Rin for a while before I burst into laughter. Dude, Rin's like the ultimate color commentary. I would have her around just to like fucking say random shit. And then like imagine Rin on stream. Emmy crosses her arms and huffs, mock offended. You're both jerks. Such vile calumnies from you, young woman. I'm stunned that you would call me, of all people, a jerk. Honestly, I just don't know what to think. Emmy sticks her tongue out at me. What that tongue do? You ass. So, Rin, how's the art club these days? Rin, seemingly as surprised by the sudden change of topic as I am, takes a minute to think before answering. I believe it is okay. Although Nomiya keeps telling me to work harder. What? But I don't think he understands my methods. I don't think anyone understands your methods. He always struck me as a little creepy. Rin ponders the statement for a while. I've never really noticed. But I don't pay much attention to him most days, so maybe that's why. How often do you meet? Thinking of joining, Hisao? No, I've already decided to join a club. Oh, really? Which one? Well, it's not really much of a club, to be honest. Oh, you joined the tea club? No, that was the last, like the first two routes. I joined the science club, I think. I love how he says, I think. Emmy looks highly confused. We have a science club? No. Not really. It's kind of just me. Hisao, that's not a club. That's just sitting in your room reading books. Hey, I mean it's just me and Muto, alright? I'm just the only student so far. Muto? Really? A thought strikes her. Oh, is that what you were talking about yesterday? Your meeting with Muto? Yeah, that was our first meeting, I guess. Emmy giggles. Nerd. Wow, I am happy to be a nerd. And a big weeb loser. Hey, I can't help but being clever. You know, I could have used your help years ago. You should have had your heart attack earlier in your life, Hisao. Hey, at least we're getting to the point of being able to joke about that. I laugh and then realize this is probably one of the very rare times I've ever laughed about my heart attack. Dude, you just gotta own it. Like, I understand being sensitive about that stuff, but I feel like you'll just be a happier person if you can laugh at your own problems. You know, like this like how I have a lazy eye, and it's not as drastic as a heart problem, but I have a lazy eye, and I just feel uncomfortable staring at people in the eyes because, you know, I have a lazy eye, so it just kind of woohoo goes off the rails. But, you know, I just joke about it, have a good time, it's fun. Hindsight. Yeah. The ringing of the bell ends our conversation. I guess we better go. Rin's just fucking vibing over here. I feel like that's what Rin does on a 95% basis. Just always vibing and then, you know, talks the other 5%. Yeah, I guess so. Oh, come on, Rin. You too. I don't wanna. I was sleeping. Rin has apparently begun to doze off, so Emmy gives her a sharp bump. I almost had it. I almost had the feeling of sleep. Sorry, but you need to get to class. I disagree, but maybe if I nap in class, I'll get it this time. changing location is sometimes helpful for that kind of thing. God damn it, I love her so much. Neither Emmy or I bother asking what it is. Ooh! And everyone's like, Rin's better in Emmy's route than in her own route. And I'm like, wouldn't she still, like, talk the same? Like, just be the same person? I don't know. But that's the route we're ending the game on. As we arrive at my room, Emmy gives me a quick kiss and heads down the hallway with Rin in tow. Oh, Jesus, no. I turn to enter the classroom to be met by the duo of Shizune and Misha. Misha seems to be fighting a losing battle to keep from breaking into a fit of giggles while she translates Shizune's latest rant. While we are pleased and thrilled to see how well you managed to make new friends and forge relationships, and with such a cutie too, Hick-chan. Yeah, that part was definitely added by Misha. That was not a Shizune part. We nevertheless feel compelled to properly remind you that public displays of affection are strictly forbidden. Really? That's disappointing, Hick-chan. By Section 8 of Code of Conduct laid out in the student handbook. In this case, however, ignorance of the law may be your excuse, as we are feeling lenient. And the paperwork required to punish the both of you would only add to the already mountainous volumes of work which confronts us, the sole members of the student council, and besides, you two are adorable together. That's another Misha. I feel like, yeah. Therefore, consider this a formal warning, and please refrain from such displays in the future. At least when Chick-chan can see you, Hick-chan. This whole spiel is so patently ridiculous that I can't help but reply in the same pompous manner. Well, I, for one, feel enlightened. I apologize for my rash actions and will strive to contain my baser impulses, which I fear impel me toward such inappropriate displays of affection. It's funny because Emmy did that to us, not... It is hardly my wish to burden an already overworked student council with such petty manners. Or manners? Manners? What? Matters. Manners works too. And will do my best to make your lives easier in this matter in the future. At least when Shizune is watching. The last line is delivered with a wink. Wink. Who finally loses control of her laughter. Well said, Hick-chan. Chuckling to myself, we enter the... wait, what? Chuckling a little myself, we enter the classroom. Alright. Class is uneventful, and after the final bell rings, I find myself alone with Muto again. So, it looks like we've all assembled for the second meeting of the science club. It's just fucking us. Or is it the first? What do you think? Should we count yesterday as a meeting? Well, we did form the club yesterday, didn't we? That seems like club business, so I think we could safely call yesterday a meeting. Muto smiles in his usual stifled or stilted and awkward way. I wonder if the muscles in his face are just not shaped correctly to let him smile naturally. Dude, sometimes you go so long without smiling, you just don't know how. Man, that got real fucking sad. Not me, I know how to smile perfectly. Not really, I kind of smile awkwardly. When I'm forced to smile, like in like a picture or something, oh, it's awkward every time. But when it's just natural, it's fine. You really do have a knack for this, I think. Logical thought processes, that is. I guess. A scientist speaks with authority, Hisao. The answer here is yes, I do. When the world wants to know how it works, we tell it. even if all we've got is a decent hypothesis. But we must sound certain anyway because we're the authorities on the subject, right? He chuckles to go along with his awkward smile at his awkward joke. I'm doing my best not to grimace, but I don't think I'm being too successful. That's entirely false, of course. We know a lot, sure, but nobody's an expert on how the world works. If only because nobody can be sure. With no certainty, there are no experts. But we like to pretend sometimes. So there's some things we can be certain of, right? Yes. But no. But we know gravity's there, for example. To illustrate, Muto picks up a pencil and drops it. See? Still there. But it's good to check every once in a while. My gravity just fucking's gone. I think we'd know if gravity just... That's why you'll see researchers mucking about with gravity. We're pretty sure we know how it all works, but there's always a chance something isn't how we think it is. So you check and you check and you check. That's science in a nutshell, Hisao. The whole time I've listened, feeling rather spellbound. Muto seems to be really passionate about this stuff, I think. It's kind of always hard to tell. I don't think he is pretty passionate, though. Like, based on the interactions we've had with him. I mean, even this. How the world works. How humans work. How the universe works. How black holes work and kill us all. All these questions to be answered. And depending on what I go into, maybe I can figure out a way to fix my heart. Ooh. That said, I don't think that's really any priority for me. I feel like we'll be fine. Again, as long as we have our medicine. God, it's probably so expensive, though. Besides, as we start discussing the book you gave me yesterday, I find myself more and more interested in that than my heart condition. Before we realize it, an hour's gone by. Well, let's just call this meeting for now. Over for now, okay? We'll have another meeting tomorrow, or the day after. Which one? He considers this for a moment. Call it the day after. I got a lot of grading to do. Okay, see you then. It's like the weirdest club. Because it's just us two. Like, what? As I exit the classroom, I realize that I really don't have anything to do tonight. Emmy and I didn't make plans, so guess I'll just go to the library. It beats doing homework in my room anyway. Or you make Emmy go to the goddamn nurse. Or at least make sure she's going to the nurse. The library always seems cooler than the rest of the building. Probably to keep the books from getting damaged by excessive heat and humidity. Though they could also get damaged by excessive cold. Books are sturdy objects, but if you want to keep them in good condition, it takes a little effort. I've got several books that are well worn, that are so well worn that the pages are barely clinging to the spine. Ooh. It seems impossible for them to be still be usable. But if you handle them with care... I make my way to the main desk while I spot Yuko busying herself with something or other. You're gonna fucking scare her. You're gonna pop up and be like, "Hey, Yuko!" Ah! She smiles at me. Okay, as I enter and waves. Hello, Hisao. Good to see you again. What are you looking for this time? Nothing really, I guess. I just didn't feel like going back to my room is all. Yuko nods. Well, if you're unoccupied, maybe you could help me look for something? Okay, sure. What do you need? Yuko brings a finger to her lips and looks around furtively. She seems to be looking for eavesdroppers. Come closer. I take a few hesitant steps forward while feeling distinctly unnerved. Yuko lowers her voice to a confidential whisper. I'm on the trail of the Yamaku cat burglar. The who, the what, and the why now? Shh! The walls have ears as hell. Or they might. But listen, those missing books, remember them? Yeah. I'm at you still full volume. Well, they weren't missing. They were stolen. I'm convinced of it. I remember you saying something of the sort, but how do you know? Yuko leans in closer, and if possible, whispers even lower. Because I found one of his hiding places. You did what? Yuko looks triumphant. Dude. Found one of his stashes. It was under one of the stairwells in the boys' dorm. 3 books I'd been looking for. All there. I'd suspected a thief before, but this proves it. So did you take back the books? Yuko looks as if I've just suggested she walk around naked. Are you nuts? He can't know I'm onto him. He might go to ground and evade capture. So what do you need my help with then? Yuko casts another glance around the library and leans in closer. You've got to spy for me. Spy? Yeah, like when you're in the dorms, like, just keep an eye out for any suspicious activity. What constitutes as suspicious anyway? I mean, Kenji's a pretty fucking suspicious dude, but I'll wager he barely goes to class, much less sneaks in the library to pilfer books. Still, what's the harm in saying yes? At least it'll get me out of this weird conversation. Yeah, I can do that, no problem. Oh, thank God I could put my fucking pop filter back on. Yuko straightens up and claps excitedly. Great! Now hurry up and talk about something else in case someone comes in. How's school treating you? Pretty well, actually. I've been running in the mornings with, Emi Ibarazaki, right? No one could say her name right. That's my canon now. Yeah? How do you know? I served you two in the tea house, remember? I just deduced that if you were going to run with anyone, it would probably be her. You're right. No one else runs around here. She looks pleased with herself. Impressive. Most impressive. It's really not. That's like me with anything of my guru powers being like, I'm fucking great. Though I do that a lot. Anyway, yes, we've been running in the mornings. And we kind of started dating. The little... Yuko claps her hands together excitedly. Sounding like fapping or something. Really? That's great. I'll bet you two are great together. I love seeing people find one another like that, I even thought to myself when you walked into the Shanghai that one time, I wonder if that kid'll wind up with one of those girls. Well, he'll end up with both of them, but in different timelines. Really? Yuko doesn't seem to notice my somewhat weirded out tone and nods affirmatively. Yup, I could tell that you'd wind up with one of them, I got an eye for that sort of thing. Of course. Her expression dropped slightly. I'm not so good at it myself. Oh, I'm sure that's not true. Oh, it's true. I met this guy once. We got along really great, but it turned out he was younger than me. And that was kind of weird, but not terribly so. What was really weird was that he disappeared one day and I've not seen him since then. That does seem kind of odd. Doesn't it? I hope it wasn't something I did. I feel compelled to reassure her. No, I'm sure it wasn't. Oh, Jesus Christ. If we haven't caught on by now. Kenji and Yuko were the ones together. God damn it. I intend to try and calm her down further, but both of us jump in surprise at the ringing suddenly coming from my pocket. What, that's my ring? God damn it. Hugo sighs to steady herself as I pull the phone from my pocket. I feel a little sheepish for indirectly causing the incident. Oh, hello? Emmy, what's up? Oh, thank God. I haven't called your phone before, so I didn't know if this was the number would work or whether you pick up, and I can't. Oh, my God, Emmy. Hold on, I could do that better. Oh, thank God, I haven't called your phone before, and I didn't know if this number would work and where you would pick up, and I couldn't. Well, slow down there, Emmy. What's wrong? There's a pause on the other side of the line, during which I can hear Emmy trying to control her breathing in order to calm down. Something's got her terribly agitated. It's starting to agitate me. Can you just, can you stop by, like now, or shortly after now? I really, really need to talk to you. There's a tone of pleading in the last sentence that I don't think I've ever heard from her. Of course, I'll be right there. Hold steady, okay? In my increasingly agitated state, I've apparently started saying things that don't quite make sense. Okay, I'll be okay. I'll see you soon. Alrighty then. I press the button to end the call before slipping the phone back into my pocket. Apologize to Yuko for running off. And run off. Perhaps at some point I would have stopped to think about the time or how suspicious it looks for the guy, a guy to enter the girls' dorm at this hour. Except right now I'm just concerned with getting to Emmy and finding out what's wrong and how I can help her. Emmy, what the hell's wrong with you? I knock at the door and am greeted with a subdued come in. Hello? Something is very wrong as I stare at the scene before me. Emmy's there, yes, but she's in a wheelchair. Oh. See, this Emmy, I swear to God, and her legs are missing. I glance around the room and see them sitting in the corner, looking like they've been thrown there. What? Oh, they even have like a little sprite for her. Why are you in a wheelchair? What are you doing? You try? Oh, you're probably resting, getting off your legs, huh? Emmy responds to my entrance with a lopsided grin that is both pleased to see me and completely and utterly heartbroken. Hi, Hisao. It looks like she's been crying, but if she was, she stopped now. I notice that I'm a little out of breath, having taken the stairs two at a time in order to get here. My heart doesn't seem to mind the strain. I file this happy fact away for later consideration. Like when I'm not staring somewhat dumbstruck at my girlfriend in a wheelchair. What? It's not as weird as you think. Like, she was probably told, hey, get off your goddamn legs for a little bit. And so keep her, so she's able to still move, you have her wheelchair. It's not that hard. Realizing I've not responded to her greeting, my brain lurches into gear. Emmy, what happened? I guess I should have listened to you, Hisao. Yeah, my leg's got a nasty infection. Ooh. I fucking told you, Emmy. God damn it. Why don't you listen to me? I know what I'm talking about. I'm not allowed to run on it for at least a couple of weeks. What? I mean, you did have an infection, so. Dude, that's what I'm saying, Emmy. You could have avoided this entirely if you just fucking stopped doing your bullshit. Ugh, I'm so mad. She gives a bitter laugh that shouldn't be coming from her. I can't even walk on it. I could have used a crutch and kept one of my legs, but I didn't see the point. Why hop? You can't run on one leg. I beg to differ. At least this way I can still, I don't know, roll fast or something. Yeah, that's good, right? My awkward attempt to look on the bright side seems appreciated, but not really effective. Emmy shrugs again. It's just kind of a nuisance. I mean, we can't even eat up on the roof now. No wheelchair access. Oh, that's fine. It's not a big deal, right? I mean, we could still eat together, and that's the important thing. Or we could do some thrill seeking, and we do the thing where we push like step by step up the fucking stairs, and then going down the stairs. That's the thrilliest part. That lopsided grin again. It hurts to look at. I suppose so, yeah. But like I said, it's a nuisance. I mean, I haven't really used a wheelchair in before the Empire, really. She thinks for a minute. Maybe 7 years? Something like that anyway. A long time. I'm afraid I'm a bit out of practice. Well, fortunately, it's only temporary, right? Emmy nods. Oh yeah, of course. It's not like I've lost them permanently. But it's a pain in the ass all the same, much like yourself. I nod sympathetically. There's not much I can do, after all. What else am I gonna say? I told you so? Well, she already said we were right. No need to rub it in. Jesus. Although I did tell her to get that leg looked at. By the time I noticed, it was too late anyway. Do you need help with anything? Can I help with anything? Emmy shakes her head, and there's a bit of her usual grin back. Nah, I can manage fine by myself. Although if you want to help me over to the bed, it would save me the trouble of rolling there myself. I blush in spite myself. Emmy giggles. You're such a prude, Hisao. I'm not a prude. I just don't want to take advantage of a young woman such as yourself. It's ungentlemanly. Oh. I wheel Emmy's chair to her bed and easily scoop her up and deposit her there. She quickly sorts herself out and sits on the side. She's actually a little heavier than she looks. It would be a bit rude of me to observe this aloud, of course. Man, you're kind of... He says it anyway. He knew. He even... Man, you're kind of heavy. Ow! Emmy hits me with a pillow. Ass. Just saying is all. Must be all that running, all the muscles in her, just her legs. At the mention of running, Emmy's grin falters slightly. Oh shit, I'm sorry. I'm insensitive. Well, I guess I won't have to worry about that for a bit, huh? Maybe I'll lose some weight. That's what you want to do, is lose weight, right? That's what you do to lose weight, right? Cease completely physical activity. I'm pretty sure that's what the nurse would recommend. Speaking of which, are you still going to be showing up in the mornings? I'd hate to run alone. Oh, shit. Emmy's sudden interjection, more a disquieted muttering than anything too profane, caused me to look over in shock. She's leaning forward, trying to cover the fact that she's crying, by covering her eyes with, "No, Emmy!" Of course, the subdued sobbing makes it pretty obvious that she's crying. Hey, I'm sorry. Forget I said anything, okay? Dude. I would have been like, you know what, these next couple weeks, I'm gonna be with you 24/7. I place a hand gingerly around her and pull her close. I can think of nothing else to say or do. How do you comfort someone who's just lost their legs again? Emmy wraps me in a hug and stays that way for a while. I'm sorry. I'm pretty bad at this whole comforting thing, I guess. Don't say that. I'm fine, really. Her voice is slightly muffled by my chest. I pat her head reassuringly. I'm fine. Like, that's the spirit, right? You'll get through this fine. I know it. Besides, I'm here to help you, remember? Emmy lifts her head and stares at me with tear-stained eyes. Can you? Can you really? She's grinning lopsidedly and something sparkles in her gaze. I can't tell if I'm being mocked or not. Oh my god, what the shit? Of course, I mean, you're a bit heavy, but... That's why. My witty comment is cut off by a sudden press of Emmy's lips on mine. I'm caught off guard and am rewarded by hitting my head on the wall behind her bed. Ow. Yeah, ow. Fuck. There's just blood splattered on. Emmy pulls back, trying to look concerned rather than like she's about to laugh. Oh, are you okay? Sorry. I rub my head ruefully and grin back at her. Caught me off guard there. Is this gonna be a habit, huh? Am I gonna be lectured by Shizune and Misha some more? At the mention of the duo, Emmy giggles. Honestly, those two. If I didn't know why, I'd be utterly confused as to why she hangs around with someone so bossy. Which one are we talking about, Misha? You know exactly which one, Hisao. Misha's hardly bossy. So what's the reason then? Huh? The reason why Misha hangs around Shizune. God damn it. Emmy waves my question off with a smile. No idea. I see. Anyway, you seem to be forgetting the original question, don't you? Oh yeah, I guess I am. You wouldn't mind giving a guy a little warning, would you? Otherwise I'm liable to wind up getting a concussion. And I'll lose what's left of my brain cells. I emphasize the point by rubbing the back of my head. Emmy giggles madly. You can wear a helmet. Some kids here do, you know? Dude, I might have to. Or I could just take revenge! Oh my god, I grab a pillow from beside her and beside me and whack Emmy over the head. And she died. Well, see, this is why Emmy topples off the bed and lands on the floor with a thump. Uh-oh. Her arms promptly reappear on the bed and she manages to pull herself back up. She's gonna beat my ass, legs or no. She really has a surprising amount of strength in that little body. Her face is turned downwards and away from mine, making me think I may have accidentally hurt her. Emmy, are you okay? You didn't hit... A hand shoots up and grabs my collar. She pulls me in with a sharp tug, her face now barely inches away from mine, as she grins cheekily. Emmy? Ow. I guess I'll die. She gives me a sharp headbutt. Ow! Our foreheads making quite a loud thud. Ow. Fuck. So much for my brain cells. I fucking told you! I sit back and rub my now sore head as Emmy smirks victoriously. How's that for revenge? Oh, that's no fair. You can't take revenge for revenge. Yeah, you can. It's called the old double revenge. For someone missing most of her legs, Emmy's surprisingly agile. I swipe at her, but she deftly rolls out of the way and lands a hit with her pillow. Of course, the odds are against her. I can stand up. Ooh! Oh no, Roblox! Ah! Wee woo! Space Marines alert! She's got me. I lost. It's over. Guess I can't, after all. Emmy seems to have effectively tripped me up and is now sitting primely astride me as I lay on my back. I'm not even sure how she can manage it. I win. Her eyes twinkle mischievously. I've been thoroughly defeated, and by a girl that's a fraction of my size at that. Then again, being defeated doesn't seem quite bad. You know, Emmy being positioned over my waist isn't something that I nor my body can ignore easily. Uh-oh. I open my lips to speak, but Emmy's head darts downwards before I can even muster so much as a word. I give no resistance as she presses her mouth to mine. Not that I'd want to. This is different somehow. She pulls back, nips at my lower lip, and reinstates the embrace. Her tongue darts around inside my mouth, exploring. Oh God, I can feel where this is going. I can feel a warmth spreading throughout my body as my heart begins to beat faster. Oh God! My mind starts to go foggy, and I become vaguely aware of my hand traveling up Emmy's blouse. Whoa! Whoa! Hold on there, buddy! Emmy gasps as I reach her breast, and then there's a giggle, and then... Oh, God damn it. We're just having a little foreplay, Rin. All right. Why you gotta ruin my good time? She doesn't even care. Hold on. I need to use your window. My first instinct is to hide, but then I realize that I'm still utterly exhausted and sitting next to a topless Emmy, and there's no running away. Rin's eyes pass over Emmy, and me, and focus on the window. There was a cloud. A cloud? Rin nods. I was watching it from my window, but it didn't stay in my window. So I need to use your window. Dude, Rin doesn't even give a flying fuck. Emmy shifts a little, causing me to cough in order to cover up a giggle of my own. How long do you need the window for? We're, busy? This time I can't contain my laughter. Rin ignores both Emmy and me and peers out the window. Her shoulders slump and she looks disappointed. It changed into something else. Disappointing. Emmy is having trouble keeping a straight face. Sorry to hear that, Rin. Could we have a little privacy now, please? Rin shrugs as if to say, can you? And hooks her foot around the door, pulling it closed behind her. And we both dissolve into a raucous laughter, unable to deal with Rin's bizarrely timed visit any other way. What is happening? After our laughter dies down, I look to Emmy. We're both a total mess. Well, Emmy raises an eyebrow. Well, again? Emmy grins and laughs, and then she nods. We should probably ditch the clothes this time. I love Rin. She doesn't even care. I'm so done, dude. I'm so done. You know, nice little foreplay. It's always fun. Always fun to have. You know, a little hoozle-hozzling, you know. Blah, 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 blah. Didn't know that was where that was going, but hey, you know, things just happen, and when you least expect them. Such is the way of life.